In this world where few people less than 1% are born with a silver spoon in their mouths, even those who tried to change their fates, no one could see you. And if one wants to shine, one will have to foster their ambitions and dreams and light inside them. And it so meant that that person must be a star, a marble that refines itself by hardships and pressure. Can one shine and leave a mark? In the area far north of the logistics, which was filled with the prestige of the house and the dazzling lighthouse, this is Shawara. But under such brilliance of light has to be shadow hidden, by the light which was the slum area where all sorts of dirty and ugly things are put and placed. In that area where our story begins in the middle of the night, a young man was standing in front of a blacksmith shop staring at the long sword, his eyes deeply immersed at the long sword before him. This is our protagonist, his name Vlad, as he felt nice and cool as every time he saw the displayed long sword at the blacksmith. A red-haired childhood friend, Jamina, distracted Vlad. Hey Vlad, are you aware how nowadays you are distracted? Can you stop bothering because I rarely rest? Is that so? People are saying a lot as you wander around carefree. Hearing this, Vlad asked Jamina what kind of things did they say, but Jamina tried to alleviate eye contact. Changing the topic, Jamina whispered and asked Vlad if he still heard voices if he held anything like a stick. Vlad just had no answer and looked at the dark distance. Jamina, seeing Vlad's evasion, asked what type of things he had committed in his previous life. Vlad told her that he was struck by lightning, which was unordinary as the lightning was pitch black. Just stay put, Vlad. They say the new bishop is sensitive to such things as the bishop was promoted from being an inquisitor. Really? Is this a time to talk misfortune over me? Vlad dismissed her as Jamina thought how ridiculous Vlad's words were. She asked Vlad if he thought only a few people saw him struck by lightning, but actually it was a multitude of people, asking Vlad if she wasn't scared of being targeted by the church. I am not going to be dragged to the church for just looking at some sword. If you love the sword that much, why don't you just buy it with credit, replied Jamina. But before she continued, Vlad told her it was too expensive. Jamina, not understanding how something displayed at the back street at the smithy would be so expensive, asked how much it cost so she could buy it for him. Vlad's eyes fixated at the sword, answered that it cost 5 golds. What? That much? 5 gold for a chunk of iron? With that amount of money, I would rather... Before Jamina finished her words, Vlad understood her words as saying she could host an entire party for a whole year. What did you just say? A piece of chunk of iron? You damn bastards, get lost. This is not an object for the backstreet bastards like you could try to get, answered the owner of the blacksmith shop. Jamina, not impressed by the blacksmith, asked why the sword was hung so people in the backstreet could see. So how did the old man expect it to be bought for such a high price? Hearing you bastards talk just boils my blood. Why would you create a sword like this that is needed by knights only? And why would you need so much money? Aren't you already close to dying, old man? Yeah. Is it that I'm in the end of my life, you little bitch? Go back to your shop and wash dishes, you half-ass failure. Half-ass? How dare you call me a half-ass? I'm a full-grown woman. Vlad, taking Jamina away, telling her not to start a fight first. No reason. Thank you, old man. We will take our leave. That rotten bitch, she has never lived life or seen life truly. The old man recalling how much he had helped both Vlad and Jamina and their guidance grow. Like a frustrated parent turned annoyed, but something caught his eye. Looking at the engraved footprints, the blacksmith realized how long Vlad had been standing there, not understanding his purpose, as Vlad should focus on making a living. Looking at his long sword, which he named Greenhorn. My masterpiece. It will be hard for you to find ambitions in a place like this, the back streets. Leaving here seems impossible. But even so, the blacksmith wanted to sell it to someone with the capability to get out of that area, as he couldn't let his masterpiece rot. Looking at his reflection at the blade, the blacksmith couldn't doubt but feel the familiarity of it, as even in a gutter like this, something that shines on its own. Vlad and Jamina had returned to their shop, which was fully packed by customers. As one customer was annoyed dragging a woman, as he felt he had been scammed as she had sold him drugs that don't work, thinking he will get fooled as he was a mercenary for over 2 decades. There is never a silent day with you customers, a figure answered. The mercenary, seeing it was Vlad, calling him a candle seller, saying for him to call Madame. Vlad, not happy, answered if he wanted Madame's services he would need to give a gold coin and not a silver coin. Not satisfied by Vlad's reply, the old mercenary answered if Madame wasn't there then Vlad should bring his mother. Vlad's eyes came sharp as a predator ready to slice and kill its prey, said it all as he was not happy by that response. The mercenary not happy as the pleasures were timed by the candles burning, as he wasn't happy it burnt too quickly. Vlad, maintaining his composure, answered, "What fun were you expecting with one candle? Are you a rabbit? Even a rabbit can't pay for a candle as it can outlast." If you do not have money, go play with your wife's butt.
Oh, that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it. And if you do, just have it in a GC, press X, you faggot.
This answer made the mercenary's vein bulge in rage, asking Vlad to repeat what he just said. Vlad, seeing how annoying the mercenary was, asked if he wanted to check for himself, pointing to the clock on the wall, which Vlad asked the mercenary to time if the candle he has at hand could last 5 minutes. If it doesn't last 5 minutes, Vlad permitted him to do anything with the woman he has. The mercenary, arrogant and confident with himself, didn't want to agree with Vlad as he accused him of being a scammer. Vlad, unable to maintain himself, felt like his instinct awakened, and with a low tone asked if the candle was truly 5 minutes. He would be beaten to death. This veteran mercenary with 2 decades of experience under his belt had never felt words that carried death in them, knowing his next answer would determine his survival and death. He couldn't understand how such a young brat could make his senses scream to flee, as he felt he was standing before the Grim Reaper. Vlad, removing the matchstick ready to ignite it, asked the mercenary if he was ready. The mercenary knew if he was wrong, it was going to be his graveyard as he looked at the candle burning, as the area went silent and the ticking of the clock sounded. All people in the shop were silent as everyone was drawn by the commotion between Vlad and the mercenary. Vlad, his eyes keen and deeply focused at the burning candle as time went by, and it extinguished at the 5-minute mark. Looking at the clock, the mercenary's heart went tense, not sure how many minutes had passed, as he was terrified by Vlad's presence. Before he could think of an escape, a broomstick was imprinted at his face. The mercenary hadn't seen the attack as Vlad's movement was fast and precise. "It's been 5 minutes, you fucking bastard!" Vlad, moving behind the mercenary, kicked him towards the room. Vlad walked into the room and gently locked the door behind him. Turning to look at the mercenary, he told him, "You are a dead man today. Pray your last." But why would Vlad listen? He was arrogant, provoking a hornet's nest, and after you get your results, why should you expect mercy? Vlad's intensity increased, reminding the mercenary he was confident, asking him to bring his mother despite him having no parents. The mercenary, in pain, tried to beg for mercy.
The next morning.
"I think someone had messed with the candle and the timer seemed not to be 5 minutes. Do you understand me?" Vlad's voice reported to a built man who was enjoying his food. His name was Jorge. Vlad wondered who might be the person who caused it. The young lady said she had found the person who messed with the candle. The lady was Madame of the Rose Smile, her true name Marcella. She admitted to messing with the candle a bit as she wanted to scam the old drunkards and get more money. Both Jorge and Vlad were speechless at the happy Marcella who smiled innocently. Having finished their meeting before closing, Vlad couldn't believe he had beat an innocent person, but what could he do while he was just an employee? "You Junior, the poster child? I heard you accomplished something yesterday. I wonder what happened when I wasn't around." An individual arrogantly talked to Vlad. Behind him was his underling, as they demanded a payment, claiming Vlad had pocketed profit from the candle incident. But Vlad, knowing the scheming of this individual, asked him with serious warning, asking the man named Burley. The group, feeling the killing intent, tried to calm Vlad down, saying they were not there to take it but to make a deal with him. "Get straight to the point, Burley." Burley demanded spare change in exchange for a pickpocket they had captured, saying how clumsy and stupid the person was, showing Vlad the young child whom he was handling like an animal. Burley, knowing how righteous Vlad was, demanded 40 silver to hand him the thief who was trying to steal from his employer's shop. Vlad, trying to keep a cold stare, demanded Burley why not cut the fingers and the ankle of the thief, which Burley knew Vlad would try this, said he would have done that long ago if he didn't need the spare cash. As for now, they had roughed the boy lightly. Unable to keep the tough act, Vlad gave in to Burley's demand, handing the 40 silver coins. "As expected of our pride and joy, Vlad. Next time, Burley, just kill him instead of calling me. We are people from an organization, not murderers, Vlad. You know that." Walking away, Burley happily told his team he knew Vlad would agree as he was able to manage all the young street lads. "Ned, what did you do this time?" Vlad asked with a serious glare. Ned, terrified by Vlad's stare, apologized for his actions. Vlad, with a serious glare, asked Ned which part of his body is broken. Ned, stretching, Confirm to Vlad that he was all right. Then get lost, you idiot, before I trample you. Ned, happy, thanked Vlad for helping him and forgiving him. Walking away, Vlad was annoyed, as he was now farther away from his 5 gold to buy the longsword. At the port, which was bustling with exchange of goods. But that kid got lucky, Vlad, as he didn't turn out as this while pickpocketing. This was Harbin, whale hunter captain. Harbin recalled his 2 fingers and ankle cut off, and that's how he became an example of the bishop's last time. Harbin asked Vlad that he heard Marcella had messed with the candles this time, which Vlad was surprised the news had already reached Harbin. Harbin agreed. As it has been a while, rumors spread, but that one everyone was doubtful as Marcella is not a person who will mess with the candles. Vlad agreed, as Jorge knew Marcella does not do such a thing, and her doing so meant there was a reason. Harbin questioned if they were not such people to do such a thing, but did it. This meant they had a reason. Vlad, not understanding Harbin's point, asked what the reason might be. 9 out of 10 is probably because they needed money, and very urgently. Be careful, Vlad. There is only one case when an organization quickly gathers funds to go to a war with another organization. The slums of Shawara are ruled by 5 bosses. One was the prostitute knight Jorge, pig butcher known as Black Bear, the gambling house ringleader named Dice, the whale hunter led by Captain Hoover, and the money grubber one-armed Jack. Indeed, dark aspects inside one's life tend to silently approach while hidden in the shadow, just like now. And accidents happen without notice and ruination occurs without a warning.